Every 2 years in October, the U.S. Air Force's best jet fighter teams come from all over the nation and overseas to the arid desert of Nevada, to Nellis Air Force Base, the renowned home of the fighter pilot. They represent the total Air Force. They are the proud men and women chosen to represent the best of fighter aircraft, pilots, maintenance, and expertise the Air Force has to offer. For 10 days, they've come to prove themselves out over 3 million acres of desolate Nevada desert. They've come to Gunsmoke. Let's listen as the commander of Tactical Air Command outlines the competition.
Welcome to Gunsmoke, the biennial United States Air Force worldwide tactical bombing and gunnery meet. The past 2 weeks, each member's skill and professionalism has been tested to the limit, beginning with the aircraft fly-in on Sunday, 6 October. The fly-in was timed to the 100th of a second. 5 teams arrived in front of the control tower within 3/4 of a second. A real photo finish. The air crews were given the opportunity to familiarize themselves with the Nellis ranges on 8 and 9 October, and scored competition began on Thursday, 10 October. During the meet, teams flew 2 missions against each of 3 different target complexes. The single best mission of each type was selected for score in the individual and team competition. From the outset, it was abundantly clear that both air and ground crews had come to win. The competition was keen, and the scores were extremely close. For example, only 3.5 points out of a possible 2,500 points separated the leading air crews in the Top Gun competition as they took off for their last event. Equally important, the camaraderie and extraordinary cooperation among competitors in the air and on the ground has been superb. The benefits of the intense preparation by air crew and ground crew alike are legion and will be long enduring. For example, the procedures and techniques developed and finally honed to achieve the pinpoint bombing accuracy and near perfect gunnery scores during Gunsmoke will enhance Tactical Air Force's readiness for years to come.
In total, 17 5-plane teams and approximately 1,100 people, including air crews, maintenance teams, weapons loaders, and judges, take part in the competition. As the commander mentioned, 4 aircraft from each team take part in the flying events, with the 5th machine and crew being on hand as a backup in the event of a last-minute problem with one of the primary aircraft. Gunsmoke is not just tactics. It's a realistic demonstration of a fighter pilot's ability to drop bombs and shoot bullets in a rigid given profile, and the maintenance team's ability to sign over optimum performance jets with which to complete that mission. Rivalry in the flying events is intense. A stronger term would have to be found for the maintenance competition. These crews are judged on how well their charges are maintained, how fast they can regenerate aircraft, and how quickly they can effect repair in the event of maintenance problems. They're also judged on their safety practices and ability to follow technical order procedures. This is a category in which even appearances count, and there are simply no dirty tools, uniforms, or aircraft anywhere in sight on the flight line. The weapons loading teams are under just as much pressure as all the other contestants taking part in Gunsmoke. The munitions crews are given 40 minutes to fuse and load 6 500-pound bombs on their aircraft, while being careful to observe all procedures and safety considerations. They're also judged on their procedures prior to starting the loading, as well as the condition and appearance of their tools. 1/2 point penalties are assessed for every second that the load times exceed 40 minutes. And a bonus of 1/10 of a point is awarded for every second the crews complete the loading within the 40-minute standard.
Northeast of that point, above 500 feet, 2828, be on that freak prior to getting to that point. Check in. First point, road T, we've all looked at it a lot. Do that to make it on time. Just on the other side of the driveway, should be pointing just barely to the right of Shadow Mountain.
When a fighter pilot in full gear approaches his multi-million-dollar airplane and returns his crew chief's salute, his first words are, "Is it ready to go?" If the crew chief asserts that the fighter is ready, the pilot signs for it and begins his walk-around inspection. Professionalism is the #1 priority for maintenance people. They have to know everything about the airplane, how it's performing, how and when to fix it, plus ensuring the job is done right the first time. A fighter pilot will not, cannot take off without the permission of his crew chief. A crew chief will not give his blessing, sign over the jet, unless he knows, beyond most human comprehension, the jet is worthy of life itself. Fighter pilots don't strap into a jet. They strap the jet onto their backsides, using it as an extension of their mind, body, and soul. Preparation for each individual flight is critical to success and the sought-after top marks. The pilots have briefed in detail, and the maintenance crews have painstakingly readied the aircraft and its weapons. Flying fighters requires coiled tension, single purpose of mind, unwavering calculation, and intent resolution riding on the fine edge of total control, and a high-risk environment where 100 things could go wrong. Those with the finest skills, highest levels of contingency preparation, and most luck will this day take the title as best of the best. Each team will take off and fly in 4 ship formations, enter their impact area, and according to one of 3 mission profiles, will peel out into single ship in trail or 2 ship combat formation. Roll in and rake the target with small 25-pound dummy bombs, 500-pound Mark 82 bombs, or 20 or 30 millimeter cannon fire. Depending on the type of aircraft, they'll fly as low as 100 feet above the ground and as fast as 450 knots while attempting to hit tank-sized bullseye targets within a 3 to 9 meter radius. Anything outside of 3 meters will penalize the air crews. Air crews will be judged in 3 events: basic weapons delivery, tactical bomb delivery, and navigation attack. In all events, the teams get 2 opportunities to achieve their best scores, with the highest score being used to compute the final standings. Gunsmoke is the ultimate teamwork event. Pride and purpose being established during the 250 missions which are flown in just 6 days. 90 aircraft and 1,100 personnel who take part are tested, stretched to their limits and beyond. In the final analysis, every competition has to declare a winner. Gunsmoke is no different in that respect. However, there really are no losers at Gunsmoke either. Every pilot, every electronic warfare officer, every maintenance technician, every ordnance stacker, and even the aircraft at the competition were all there because they were the best in their units, and their units had already proven to be winners in their own commands.